This was one of the boldest missions ever undertaken, an Israeli operation that penetrated deep into the heart of Iran. The ground operations were meticulously planned in advance and unfolded in several strategic stages. The first stage involved launching spike missiles to destroy Iran's air defense systems. In the second stage, a drone base was secretly established on Iranian territory. These bases were positioned to target the S-300 air defense system. In the third stage, Israel carried out airstrikes using bunker-busting bombs targeting key nuclear facilities, namely Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. These nuclear facilities are well fortified, buried deep underground, with bunkers estimated to be 6 stories high. Although these strikes caused some damage to the surrounding infrastructure, they did not inflict significant harm on the deeply buried main facilities. To penetrate to such a depth, Israel would need the American Guided Bomb Unit 57 Massive Ordnance Penetrator, which is capable of reaching more than 8 stories underground, and it is delivered by the stealthy B-2 bomber. I'll tell you more about all of this in this video. What set Operation Ascending Lion apart from previous Israeli strikes in Syria, Iraq, or even during covert missions in Iran was the unprecedented combination of ground infiltration, internal penetration, and precision airstrikes. This was not just another isolated attack, it was a carefully coordinated assault aimed at dismantling Iran's military infrastructure from within, delivered in a single synchronized strike. For several months leading up to the operation, Israeli operatives were stationed deep inside Iranian territory. Working under absolute secrecy, Mossad agents smuggled high-precision missile systems into the country. Among them were missiles with indirect line of sight, skillfully mounted on mobile platforms and hidden inside civilian vehicles. These launchers were strategically placed near critical Iranian military facilities, including surface-to-air missile batteries and mobile launchers scattered throughout Tehran. Hidden in plain sight, they silently remain in prominent locations waiting for the signal. When the air attack finally began, these concealed launchers came to life. The missiles activated remotely, fired with surgical precision, striking several air defense targets before the Iranian military had a chance to respond. But that was only one level of the operation. At the same time, the Israeli spy agency built a secret drone base in Iran, whose efforts mirrored combat tactics seen in places like Ukraine, but taken to a whole new level of complexity and secrecy. The drones were smuggled in, brought into the country in parts, and quietly assembled over several months. The fact that such a facility could be built and operated unnoticed so close to Tehran demonstrated the extraordinary scale and meticulous planning of the mission. From this secret base, waves of small drones and larger quadcopters loaded with explosives were launched. These drones played different roles. The first to strike were the drones, rushing toward the air defense systems in kamikaze attacks, while the quadcopters continued the operation with targeted explosions to finish the job. Together, they neutralized critical air defense assets, including advanced S-300 batteries, effectively blinding the Iranian air defense system. Although Israel has been bombing Iran's nuclear facilities since June 13, 2025, it's worth taking a closer look at why these strikes keep happening again and again. The answer lies deep underground, quite literally. These nuclear facilities are not just hidden, they are buried under layers of reinforced concrete and soil, specifically designed to withstand most conventional attacks. Israel used its own bunker-busting bombs, but according to the International Atomic Energy Agency, these weapons were not able to fully penetrate Iran's most fortified underground nuclear facilities. That's why Israel continues to strike the same targets repeatedly. The goal is to destroy the defenses layer by layer. If Israel used more advanced American-made bunker-busting bombs capable of penetrating deeper, the result could be more decisive, possibly damaging or even destroying underground uranium enrichment facilities in a single strike. We'll come back to these American munitions in a minute, but first let's look at what Iran is targeting and why. The main goal of the Israeli Defense Forces is to paralyze Iran's nuclear program by striking its most important enrichment facilities, specifically Fordow, Natanz, and Isfahan. Let's take Natanz, for example. This facility includes 6 above-ground buildings and 3 underground structures, 2 of which are large enough to hold 50,000 centrifuges, according to the Nuclear Threat Initiative, after the recent Israeli bombing of the site. Preliminary assessments show that the strikes were very effective. They went far beyond surface damage, knocking out power on the lower levels where the centrifuges are located. The above-ground part of the pilot fuel enrichment plant was also destroyed. This plant, which has been operating since 2003, enriched uranium up to 60% purity. For context, weapons-grade uranium is enriched up to 90%. That's why this facility was dangerously close to that threshold. Now let's consider Fordow. Unlike Natanz, Fordow is located deep underground and protected by extensive fortifications. Israel targeted it with advanced bunker-busting munitions, but the results were much less convincing. Their bombs struggled to penetrate the dense defenses. The damage was minimal despite repeated strikes. In fact, Israeli planes dropped these munitions several times on Fordow, causing a local earthquake measuring 2.5 on the Richter scale, which shows the sheer force used. This site remains a serious challenge, protected both by its geographic location and Iran's complex missile shield. The reason why Israel decided to strike these same targets again is not to make a loud statement, but because breaking Iran's nuclear program is much more difficult than just hitting a target once and moving on. That's why Israel needs the United States of America to deliver the guided bomb unit 57 bunker buster bomb in order to finally break into the Fordow nuclear facility. Let's first look at the bomb live unit 109 bomb. This is a bomb that weighs almost a ton and was developed in the 1970s. This weapon is capable of penetrating almost 2 meters of reinforced concrete. Next, let's move on to what Israel uses. The guided bomb unit 28 bomb equipped with laser guidance in the front part of the bomb. This bomb can penetrate to a depth of almost 6 meters, which is equal to the height of a 2-story building. However, none of them can compare to the enormous capabilities of the guided bomb unit 57, also known as the Massive Ordnance Penetrator. It can penetrate the ground to a depth of more than 60 meters. For comparison, this depth is comparable to the height of a 20-story building. These examples demonstrate significant achievements and differences in penetration levels among this specialized weaponry. This means that this weapon can penetrate the Fordow nuclear facility. Let's place an average person next to this bomb. The missile is 6 meters long, which gives it a streamlined aerodynamic shape that is crucial for stability and accuracy. With a diameter of 80 centimeters and an incredible weight of 13.5 tons, this bomb uses its massive weight to generate the kinetic energy needed for deep penetration. This heavy, compact design allows it to penetrate more than 60 meters of reinforced concrete, making it one of the most effective bunker-busting munitions in the world. But the United States is the only country that currently possesses this technology. To deploy such a heavy weapon, you need this billion-dollar stealth aircraft, like the B-2 bomber shown in one of my previous videos. That's because Iran still has a reliable air defense system, and a standard aircraft can be easily detected by radar and shot down. Step 1. A platform for placing the bomb. As mentioned earlier, the B-2 stealth bomber flies at a very high altitude. When the aircraft reaches the designated location and the conditions are optimal, it drops the bomb. The bomb is designed for accuracy, and the deployment altitude plays a crucial role in its trajectory and effectiveness. Then, in the second stage, high-precision guidance takes place. The bomb is equipped with advanced guidance technology, including inertial navigation systems that are of military-grade satellite quality. Then comes the third stage, which is trajectory correction. The guidance information and data are then transmitted to the bomb's 4 lattice engines located at the rear. These fins can move and adjust in real time, allowing the bomb to correct its course as it descends under the force of gravity. These adjustments are necessary because the weapon has no engines to change its trajectory. Instead, the bomb relies on the movement of these fins and a large altitude difference to control its flight path. That's why the bomb must be deployed from a very high altitude, so it has enough time and distance to accurately adjust its trajectory. And now comes the most difficult part. Step 4, impact and penetration. The bomb, known as weighs approximately 13.5 tons. When it reaches its target, it strikes with tremendous force, designed for deep penetration into fortified structures such as bunkers. The impact energy allows the bomb to burrow more than 60 meters into reinforced concrete, ensuring it delivers its payload exactly where it's intended for maximum effect. Finally, step 5 involves the complex process of arming the weapon. It was equipped with 2 fuses. Dual fuses are required as a backup. The first for the impact sensor, and the second is a time delay fuse. The reason for the redesign was to ensure that the bomb could strike targets buried under significant layers of hardened material. For this reason, the fuses are placed at the rear of the bomb to prevent them from being damaged. Once the time delay or impact sensor fuse reaches its target, it can detonate, creating a mini earthquake that can bury bunkers and 20-story buildings. Let's move on to the next question. How were Iran's air defense systems neutralized, and how did Israel kill nuclear scientists in general? With the help of laser guidance and bunker-busting bombs. The Israeli Air Force also uses non-stealth aircraft, such as the F-15 armed with various munitions to carry out precise strikes on multiple locations. Leading the strike is a bunker-busting bomb, which can penetrate this 6-story building. It can level several blocks with just a couple of munitions. This is a bunker-busting bomb, or as it is also called, a booster bomb. It has a laser sensor at the front, and right behind it are adjustable stabilizers. In the middle section, there is a warhead weighing about 300 kilograms, containing tritonal explosive. This is a mixture of 80% trinitrotoluene and 20% aluminum powder. Let's see how it works. Step 1. First, a laser is used to illuminate the target, or global positioning system guidance is already assigned to it. Step 2. The F-15 fighter flies near the illuminated target and the bomb is dropped. Step 3. After the bomb is released, the guidance system in the front connects with the tail and fins. This allows the bomb to precisely adjust its flight path, guiding it directly to the target. Step 4. As already mentioned, this is a bunker buster bomb designed to penetrate reinforced concrete bunkers at a depth of about 6 meters and capable of passing through up to 30 meters of soft earth or buildings. Step 5. In the past, the guided bomb unit 28 was equipped with a delayed action fuse like this one, which allowed it to detonate after penetrating the target rather than on impact. The bomb contains 315 kilograms of trinitrotoluene, which creates a blast radius of several hundred meters, which is quite significant for a bomb of this size. For more analysis on the Middle East war, visit my YouTube channel, Alexei Pechi. If you want to support the work of this channel, you can do so financially by making a donation through the links in the description of this video or by using the quick response code on your screens. I would appreciate your support.